Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Beyond Armageddon. Before we begin, a few announcements. Firstly, remember to find the link below to our book, Sabbat the Schism. Soon it will receive a pretty substantial update with a lot of new goodies for everyone who has already read it. And if you haven't, it's a good addition to V5 that gives a lot of flavor that you see during our sessions into the V5 system. Secondly, we would like to thank RS Experiments for the music he allows us to use on our intro. If you enjoy any of the material, either in the intro or in the waiting screens between role playing bits, you can find more of his stuff in the link below. Lastly, we stream every week here on YouTube and Twitch. If you like our stuff and you want to catch up, maybe, you can find our stuff on YouTube. We keep a catalog of all the previous episodes there. And you can catch us live here, either on Twitch or YouTube. So please subscribe. It helps us out a lot. Interact in chat as well, because we usually answer. And without further ado, let us begin this week's episode of Beyond Armageddon. We join Jack as he awakens just after sunset. He finds himself in this temporary haven. And as he rises up, he looks to his phone. Seems to be a summons from the Archbishop to the asylum.
Yep, probably gonna drive the car.
As you get in the car and you have some time to think about events that have happened recently, especially the message you've gotten, what goes through your mind?
That I have some apologies to deliver. And maybe some fixing up somebody's brain, or if it's not fixable, it's not fixable.
Mm-hmm. These thoughts kind of repeat in your mind over and over and over as you approach the asylum. You park your car, and as you approach the front door, the bouncer looks to you, recognizes you, gives a nod, and opens up the VIP entrance for you. A few jeering club goers, or soon to be club goers, still waiting in line, kind of throw a few insults your way, complaining that they've been waiting for a while, but You just ignore them. And going into the elevator up to the office, you open the door and you see Iris pacing around the room in thought.
Knock knock.
Come in.
Yep. I'll shut the door behind me. You wanted to see me?
Well, Jasper's away in business. Still needs to figure out what to do with you know who.
Hmm.
Somebody of us needs to question the guy, gather all the information.
His memory is kind of painful to go through.
Well, then you are able to tell whether he's lying or not. You
If
can just
he-
question him.
If he's telling me falsehoods without understanding they are falsehoods, that's not a lie.
Look, if there's like interesting things, we can always go through the memories more
True.
detailed. I can do it. I'm sure it will be a walk in the park. For me.
Hmm. I warned you.
It'll be just fun.
I suppose. Say, you mentioned you've been slacking as a prince back in 3 counties, right?
Lacking.
Nah, you mentioned like you fed some bullshit to Queen Anne.
Ah, yeah, I did.
Because I believe I gotta do that to one of my relatives. And Jack gives his phone to Iris
What is Iris
with
looking at?
that message.
All right, so Iris, as Jack shows you his phone, you see a single message. I don't believe Jack responded to it, so it's just the one message. And the message reads, "I'm so sorry, but I had no choice. I hope you'll consider joining us in the tower." And the message is signed L.
Who the fuck is L?
Well, knowing my entire bloodline is either Lucita or Lilliana.
I highly doubt it's Lucita.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't think the door would be open back to her. It doesn't work that way.
Depends what she'll do for them, but yeah. Would you mind, the cards thing?
What?
Would you mind asking your cards
About?
if it's Liliana or not?
I'm sure. I mean, you could. Could you not, like, we could, for example, have a look through the, you know, have a look whether your sire is in the tower or not.
I might do that.
I mean, that would be easier to check. Remember, my cards are not like specific. Like
Yeah,
the yes
just
or no.
didn't cross my mind. Okay, perception, empathy, 6. Doable. Apelese. May the power of Auspex show me where Liliana's at. 5 successes.
Right, and this is to use
Clairvoyance. Plus
clairvoyance.
+6.
I'll need to freshen up my memory regarding that. One moment.
I
I
can
don't see
perceive
dot
distance
6
events
powers.
without using psychic projections.
Okay.
I'ma drop it in our DMs.
No, it's fine. I got the book here. So future events, these are regarding the character. Do they include only events like in contact with you, or events in general?
It concerns like they're like I can see where they are, what they're doing.
Okay. So you see, almost as the world around you, almost projected in the world around you, you see images of Lilliana walking around a very well furnished room, holding a glass full of what you presume is blood. And as your vision expands slightly around her, you see a number of other figures, which you can't quite tell who they are. They seem to be almost fuzzy, as if for this context they don't quite matter. What you can tell about all of them is that they look to Liliana with a great deal of respect, and that all of them seem to want to be on her good side. And soon after, you see her approach a large sofa with a number of similar looking individuals looking to her, and one Prince Strauss sitting on what you could call his throne in this room. And as she approaches, with not a disapproving but somewhat obfuscated expression, he just gestures to the seat to his left for her to sit. And that's the vision you get. If you would like extra information about that, I can ask you for a roll for specific things, but I'll allow you to interpret that as you wish.
Yeah. I'll tell or show Iris what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, your sire
Mm.
decided to betray the Sabbat.
Now, important question would be,
And we assume she's back in LA.
she is, or Strauss left.
I mean, I suppose I did see her briefly. I could try and track her down. See if she's in LA. But if she's in LA, then there is only one way. Like, we can't have this be a normal thing.
No.
Given your position in our domain, and in the importance of our current mission, I believe that unlike Sosimo, she certainly has earned a wild hunt.
Which would know about, because I didn't send her nowhere. I sent her to fucking Lucita.
And she either didn't make it there, or she betrayed you.
Let's see, shall we? I'll check like what the time right now in Spain.
All right. Well, as you check the time, the door to your office, Iris, opens, and in walks a man you don't immediately recognize. He's wearing this really thick scarf, sunglasses, a hat. And as he takes the sunglasses off, and the hat and the scarf with a very annoyed expression, you recognize Abel.
Why are you wearing so much? Like it's a summer. Ooh, ooh. I'm getting echo from Abel.
Oh. Abel, can you try and speak? You might be having technical issues.
I lowered output a bit. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Is it there's no echo?
Yeah,
It's fine.
I think no echo.
Cool.
Thank you.
Abel, you're quite warmly dressed for the weather.
Well, I don't. I prefer to look good, no matter how warm it is outside.
You are currently dressed up as if you're a Nosferatu.
Well, perhaps I don't want to be seen or recognized.
I see. I mean, I could help you with that.
I don't think I would necessarily need that kind of help.
I mean, if you don't want to be recognized, I can make sure that you're not recognized.
Oh, can you make people forget about me?
Kinda?
I mean, if you're no longer look like Abel, then why would anybody know that it's you?
I don't think that would work, though.
Are you having some troubles?
Can we, like, be more plain? We're not fucking Camarilla.
I think I may have a stalker.
I see.
Hmm.
Well, here's an idea for you, Abel. If you're like at any point in Santa Monica and you think you're being stalked, send me a text, and I'll use my my site, my green site, to
Doesn't
figure
really
out
matter.
who it is.
Doesn't really
Why?
matter where I am.
No, it's just that if you're in Santa Monica, I can see it. I can see them.
Oh,
Or if you've seen them, I might try
No.
to see where they are.
Yeah, so basically, if you stay around Santa Monica, just ping me if you feel that you're being trailed and so on. And I can use my green site because I have my green site always active in Santa Monica.
all right. Well,
So we can figure that out. Have you
I
guys ever? Yeah.
I haven't
sorry.
seen anyone. Tony, you were asking. Jack, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you hang about Santa Monica, I can try and see if there's anyone following me. It's just like I'll need to be able to see you. Then I'll be able to see who's following you.
It's not like somebody's following me. It's just I've been getting these presents.
Presents.
Presents
Yeah.
as in gifts.
Yeah, just
Okay.
usual.
Well, what do you mean?
Poems and books and a human heart.
Okay, again, like I said, if those are physical presents. So if you stay in Santa Monica,
Do you have
I'll be
one
able.
with you?
Yeah, actually, do you have one with you?
Oh no, I didn't keep it.
Well,
Well, human heart is too much.
what I mean is that they are leaving physical presence, which means they can interact with the physical world. So if they leave you a present and they're in Santa Monica, I'd be able to see it.
All right.
Anyway, Abel, have you heard that you haven't met our newest friend yet?
acquisition.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was trying to see how far I can go without getting any presents, and it didn't work out. So yeah, I missed.
Okay, well, we should go and check up. I'll fill you in along the way, about our newest acquisition, and you can meet the boy.
Eat the boy?
No, you can meet.
Meat.
Meet.
All right.
All right.
Unless you have problems controlling yourself around that topic.
No, I'm just vexed.
Well, like I said, I suggest you. Do you maybe have like any of the poems or any other presents?
I burned them.
Well, next time you receive one, if I don't happen to see what it's from, bring it to me.
Sure.
But either way, it would still be maybe best that you hang about Santa Monica. Like, pick a different area to stay. Best if you stay around areas where there's plenty of greenery, okay?
Fine.
You can stay at my place as well if you wanna, in Santa Monica.
Yeah, I have a network of havens set up because we do have a bit of a hunter problem. But
And
either
just
way,
in case, I have a traveling cactus with me.
Yeah, I'm a bit tired of sleeping in the van.
Hey, we have plenty of housing in LA
yes.
to let you sleep normally. Let's say that.
Yeah. Either way, shall we?
Yeah.
All right.
And on the way, like as we're basically getting out of asylum, getting to the car, driving towards the secret location where Aidan's like is staying,
Mm-hmm.
I'm basically filling Abel in on the fact that Aidan is a true Bruja, a Bruja bloodline, a defector from the Tal Mahara, who was waiting for, like, according to him, was waiting for a very long time to defect from Tal Mahara. And
So-
when he
Quick notes. Abel, at the mention of True Bruja, I need you to make a int occult roll, please. Because of
Sure.
some things in your backstory.
Spicy.
Okay. So, Abel, you don't recognize the True Bruja name, but you do know there are very few Bruja bloodlines. The only one you know of, sort of like a nameless one in your records, that is known for being able to do very weird things regarding time. Namely, you used to know one briefly, or used to at least know a guy who knew one back in Italy.
Yeah, so I'm basically filling Abel in that Aidan was waiting for a long time to defect, and when he basically found out about us, he considered us as the best way to defect. Olivia has Iris would also show Abel the letter that Aidan sent in your notes, Abel, and that basically he came offering information and, you know, because he wanted protection and he's ready to offer information and whatever else aid he can. And Iris also notes, also, we will have to raid down Owl's Eye again. I will enjoy personally destroying it. They have abducted Sosimo, but sadly Sosimo is kept in Enoch. I'm personally offended.
Who else?
Yeah, we basically insert a code, probably access code, and then enter the apartment.
Yeah. And going up, eventually you reach the front door of the apartment. Jack takes the key from his pocket, puts it in the lock, turns it a couple of times, and as you open the door, you see sitting on the living room couch, holding a book and reading it, not actually looking like he's sitting in a very comfortable position. He's just sitting and reading in the most clinical way you could imagine someone doing that. You see Aidan.
Does he look familiar anyhow?
Mm-mm.
I
Not
guess
at all.
as the door opens, he looks up and says, "Hello there."
Was your night without any incidents?
It was.
Good. Iris basically walks up to the plants around the place and just whispers to the spirits, just asking them about was there anything off during the day, any visitors or anything like that.
The spirits don't really tell you anything of note, but depends how much you choose to listen to. How long are you, you know?
It's always active because this is still in Santa Monica. So,
No, but how long are you like waiting for the report to finish?
as long as I feel necessary.
Okay, well, it basically goes on and on and on, and they're mentioning a lot of like menial things that happened. They mentioned that at some point there was like some birds flew by and they looked like they might eat some parts of the plant, but thankfully they didn't approach. There were bugs outside. At some point, a fly got trapped in the apartment. And they just keep going on and on and on. They mention nothing of note.
Okay. So during the day, well, it was come during the day. Right then.
Seems like during the night wasn't so much different.
Well, during the night, I can see what was happening. Right then, Aidan, this is Abel. Abel, Aidan.
Aiden just sort of gives you a nod. Doesn't bother to stand or anything. It's a very bland expression.
By the way, Miguel, Iris is gonna quickly Iris is gonna sit down on the sofa. I just need to step aside for a second. Iris is gonna sit down on the sofa and say, right then, Jack, Abel, can you please start questioning our guest about various things that we might find useful in our war against the Talmahara? I'm just gonna quickly make sure that we're not having any trails, any stalkers, or any hunters following us, of various variety. Sadly, I don't have Jasper to double check everything, but this place is warded from the spirits. But for a moment, give me like 5 minutes. I'll I'll just need to pay a bit more attention. And Iris basically sits down on the sofa, leans back, and closes her eyes as she's going to basically pay a more concentrate more on the green side, so that's basically to see what's happening in Santa Monica as for like basically looking for hunters or any of those type of things.
Mm-hmm. And so the three of you seem to be still in the same room physically, but not quite mentally with Iris.
If
So,
we speak, will it disturb her?
probably not.
She doesn't seem to move a muscle.
So, let's start with Owl's Eye because. Give me it personal. What could we expect there?
They're technologically advanced with the AI that we've spoken about before. It can lead them to. It can help the employees of Owl's Eye to fight more effectively in metal suits. From the looks of it, it looked as if it had drilled directly into their spinal cord. If you simply put a tiny battery out of it, it disables the entire thing. A severe design flaw, if you ask me.
But if this AI is sentient,
It is.
then we can do some fucky stuff with it. Obfuscate works on mind. Doesn't work on technology.
Are you saying that because the AI is sentient, that it has its own mind that can be affected?
I mean, wouldn't it?
After some time, Iris blinks twice, sits up. Do I find anything, Miguel?
So as you open your eyes, your search hasn't given you any indication that you've been trailed or anything. Though you do, at some point, find the curious sighting of Jasper essentially reorganizing some things at the Haven. Seems to be a bit more of a neat freak than you remember, and you do recall. Well, actually, I'll have you roll. Let's say int and empathy to see if you recall something that might indicate why that is.
Body language applies?
Mm-hmm.
Body language?
Yes. All right.
2 successes.
You recognize sort of the jittery nature with which he's reorganizing his little corner of his haven. He's definitely starting to get withdrawals from his addiction.
I see.
But he's managing, so far as you can tell.
Well, he just needs to manage it smartly. Right then. Currently, I don't see any hunter activity, but since I wasn't paying attention, give me some minutes.
We discussing what can meet us or greet us at Owl's Eye, and if the sentient AI can be fooled around with our kind of tricks.
That is interesting, but you said you had a prototype.
Yeah. It's not quite
Um,
as advanced.
Is it sentient?
Miguel, is it sentient?
You haven't had the chance to speak to it yet. You know the full version is. This one, you're not entirely sure.
I currently had time to test this version. I have only interacted directly with.
well, either way,
second.
it's not a good idea to test the version before we have. It's gonna take a bit of time to set up. But either way, it's going to be actually. I've been delving more a bit into Colden with technology, so perhaps that will be an interesting experiment. Either way, are Persephone's servers in the Owl's Eye?
I am not entirely sure, but I don't believe that they would leave her servers in just one location.
Okay. Well, then I guess we'll need to corrupt the data if we can't convince it to join us. But
We
that
could work
is...
on coding a virus if you wish. I am sufficiently skilled with that.
Can I actually would this be technology or would this be computer?
Specifically for
Miguel.
programming?
No, specifically for like the AI and like stuff.
Computer.
Okay.
Technology
Some
would
point
be
it
if
might
you
transition
so
to
actually
medicine.
it depends on which angle you want to approach. If it's whatever hardware the AI is in, like if you want to affect the actual hardware, that's tech. If you want to corrupt the AI itself, as in the whole, jamming an ice peak in its brain, so to speak, that would be computer.
Okay. Well then, we'll see. It also depends on my current research. What else do they have? Now you've talked about the specter, like the goggles to detect obfuscate. You've talked about the exosuit.
Yes.
What other technology should we be aware of?
I know they have special weapons that besides the suits.
By the way, how is Owl's Eye protected from astral projection? Well,
I'm not particularly sure,
okay.
as I can't do anything to prevent that myself. However, the bunker it has redundancies built upon redundancies to make it extremely secure.
Okay, well, I think I'm gonna go check it out. Iris basically
Backup?
takes. No, I'm not going there physically.
I
But
know.
you should be
That's why
careful
I'm asking.
because even in the Shadowlands,
I'm not
You
going into
probably-
the Shadowlands.
I have
You
an
don't
idea
know.
what you're doing.
You
I'm
don't
asking if you need
know.
backup.
I don't need backup. Listen, I've already seen. I'm pretty sure I've managed to mm, safely astrally project past a way more dangerous beast for me in astral form. Which is actually another thing what we should discuss, but Jasper is not here. There's a source of corruption to the north of Santa Monica, several kilometers. I thought it was just a pollution, but there's something pretty dark and corrupt in the. And actually, Jack, maybe that's something you could look into. I think last time when I checked up this company, it was something to do with Pentix.
Does it sound familiar?
Well, you can roll wits and let's say finance just to see if you've delved in business enough to come across them. And I'll give you -1 diff just because you've interacted with Strider long enough.
Could
That's
it
fine.
be corruption and dark? Could it be something up my alley?
I mean, it didn't feel infernal, and see, the thing is, we went there to find a spirit that could be used for Jasper's projects. He's not exactly willing to sacrifice the lightning spirit as a radioactivity spirit he has. And since the water spirits have asked me to deal with the source of corruption, we figured that perhaps that had like that would have a that factory would have some pollution spirit or something that we could use. Now here's the interesting thing. I've tested it a bit like the astral form with the spirits, right? And like of the plants and all, and they cannot perceive me in that form. I can interact with them with my cauldrons, but they cannot perceive me. That thing was able to perceive me.
So
Did it feel more like entropy?
What did it feel like, Miguel?
nothing that you had ever experienced before. Basically, you have no
It-
real reference. So
Like I
Just-
said, it didn't feel infernal. It didn't feel like a spirit. It didn't feel like anything of the abyss. It didn't feel like a ghost or wraith.
So just one moment to give the result of Jack's roll. Jack, while you personally haven't dealt with this, you've interacted with Strider, you've talked business with Strider multiple times. Enough that the name did come up a couple of times, especially since their recent expansion. They were already essentially like an international oil company. They basically have a lot of ways, a lot of fingers in the oil industry, and they're very well known for it. However, recently they've started branching out. Their first new branch was within the medical industry. So they've started essentially tackling, or rather joining, big pharma. And they've recently started expanding into military uses for their tech.
And also, actually, another thing. So, they had some guards on the premises, and their aura was wrong. It wasn't like ghouls. It wasn't like mages. It wasn't like even like hunters. essentially, Miguel, can you just refresh what was it like that aura? You said it was like ghouls, but it's like, oh no, it was like diablerie, but
Yeah.
not really.
Basically, the way Iris describes the auras of the guards, they're essentially, they look human in coloring, but the same way that diablerie affects a vampire's soul, their souls are constantly pulsating and shifting in similar patterns, just without the veins being like black. Just there's this impression that there's something in the mix with their aura that is not natural, and it doesn't match anything any of you might have come across if you do have aspects.
Yeah, so that is potentially that is that is a potential enemy, but given the nature of the spirit there, I believe I'd have to go and talk to the hag and perhaps have her negotiate maybe a meeting with the werewolves. That's not going to be fun. Aidan, have you ever seen anything like that?
As I do not have aspects, I have not.
Well then. So oh, by the way, Abel, you weren't here, but I believe I will have to soon announce a wild hunt. Now, given your morality issues, I know it will be impossible for you to participate, but Lilliana has chosen to betray the sword, and it seems that she has allied herself with Strauss. Given the fact that Ruark and Kian are oft guests in Strauss's court.
Are we sure about her motives? Maybe she is playing.
I didn't get any official emails from Lucita, which might as well check.
Well, are you sure that she has made it to Madrid in the first place?
Not really.
Exactly. So perhaps it would be good for you to reach out to your cousin and ask her if Josiah has even made it to Madrid, because if she has not, then it would mean that she has betrayed you way earlier and your mercy has been thrown down the drain.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, I will be talking with Victoria about this after confirming that Lilliana is in LA.
I would
Yeah.
still like to check if it's like early, if it's not too late to send a message to Lucita, if it's like
No,
still
of course, no,
night
of
in
course.
Spain.
So, checking the time right now in Spain, um, as this game takes place in LA and it's the beginning of the night, I'm not sure how the time difference would be.
I'm gonna tell you.
But this would still be
9
the early
hours.
hours of the night, so yeah, I'd say
Well,
if is it 9 hours back or forth?
From LA from Spain back.
Okay.
So like if it's 8 in the evening in LA,
if it's 9 right now, if it's right now it's 9 p.m. here, it's 11 a.m. in LA.
Yeah, so I think at this point you'd be just shy of sending a message and hoping to get a reply. She's probably still awake.
Yeah.
The question is she busy to the point where she can't answer on the spot?
Well, I can still leave my message, I guess.
Yeah. Just send
so
me
I'll
the
just
message in
Mm-hmm.
PMs.
Right then. I'll later confirm Liliana's location in a bit. And mentally she'll just like basically project mine and just tell him, I don't wish to reveal all our secrets to Aidan yet, given the fact that so but then like she like thinks about it. It's like, actually, she looks at Aidan. Well, for a moment I thought like actually like whether to confirm where Liliana is without you being present, since we'd like to keep our secrets before we know if you're like we can truly confirm your loyalties. But at the same time, I just remember technically Kian knows exactly what I can do with this. And Iris is gonna take out a map, unfold it on the coffee table, and pull out a pendant and start looking for Liliana. And I'm gonna make my roll spellese. Stop with all the ones.
How accurate are we intending this to be?
I just need to know whether she's in LA or not.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Aiden's going to watch
1,
you
2,
do
3,
this.
4. Haha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Okay.
12. 4 to divide, 11 to interpret.
Okay, so Aidan, you basically see Iris spread this map on the table. Seems to be a map of LA. She takes out this crystal at the end of like a very thin chain. She starts allowing it to dangle on her hand and starts hovering her hand over the map. And as she does, you don't really have any experience with this type of divination, so you don't really see any differences that might matter here. Serena, immediately as you start doing this, it definitely seems that she's in town.
Oh,
I'll give you
she's
some
in
extra
town.
info because you got that amount of successes on the interpretation.
Yeah.
She is in town, but there's something off about her being here.
Okay.
It's either someone's masking something about her, or she's projecting something out to seem one way. There's some supernatural effect that is affecting her position, but she definitely is here, regardless of whatever supernatural effect this may be.
Okay, she's in here, but there's something off. Maybe she's projecting something out, or maybe somebody's trying to mask her. But she's in town.
This is not good. Miguel, I
Well-
sent the message.
Well, we'll wait for Lucita's response. I'm interested in how deep the
The rabbit
betrayal
hole.
goes. But I will be contacting Victoria in order to call a wild hunt on her.
That works for me.
You all know how a wild hunt works?
We hand this person down to the edge of the
And
earth.
everybody to whom she might have revealed Sabbat's secrets.
Including Strauss.
Exactly. Either way,
Which,
I think
fine for me.
And whoever Strauss may have told secrets to.
Oh yes, we are hunting everybody down. The entirety of Sabbat doing that.
I mean,
Well,
essentially-
whoever wants, but yes.
Either way, I'm going to go and quickly check out Owl's Eye. Aidan, here's a paper. Can you please draw me the... You've talked of those secret locations, like that. You've said that there's like different levels of access. Can you draw me the map of the office?
I can draw you the places I have seen on a map.
Good. It's just so that once I'm there, I know exactly where to go and what to do. If I'm able to access a place.
Right. Well, as Aidan, I won't have a roll being made given certain merits. As Aidan draws sort of a makeshift map of the office, you get an idea of the general access area, then the restricted access, and then there is one area that Aidan draws. Essentially, it's this basement level that is entirely like designated as highest form of like it would be the highest privilege for anyone in that company to get in there, basically. And while the bunker itself on the map is quite large, Aidan does make a note that it's larger than that because he only saw one room.
Okay. Iris is going to lay down on the sofa and separate her mind from the body. And since she knows the address of Owl's Eye in LA, she's basically going to travel there. So I'm going to do my role. Okay?
Okay.
Teresa. What would be the difficulty since it's LA?
Well, astral
I
projection.
believe per
It's
book,
the-
difficulty is 9.
No, it's not difficulty 9.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Psychic projection, that's the one.
It's like 5 was in sight, 7 nearby.
Well, you are in the
8?
same, almost in the same district as it. So,
Mhm.
we'll say difficulty, we'll put it at 6. Just below what's like
Okay.
nearby and familiar.
Okay. 1 success.
Okay. So, you close your eyes and you allow yourself to drift out of your body. You fly through the city and you see Owl's Eye in the distance. You approach. Which area do you want to see first?
I'm gonna first approach from the top because if there's like any like field of light protection, it's going to be probably a dome. So I want to approach from the rooftop.
So you approach from the rooftop. You sense nothing pushing you back. So, do you wish to see the first few floors up top?
Yep.
So, going through the top of the building, there are these essentially almost towers on either side of the building. Checking both of them, it seems to be mostly office spaces. Definitely offices where some important business goes down, but doesn't seem to be anything other than an office. There are a couple of people going by. One of them seems a bit like a sort of uptight lady with a notepad taking notes, adjusting her glasses and walking back and forth, then making a call, then seems to be like deep in thought, looking as best you can at the notes. It's really hard to tell because of her handwriting, but seems that she's making a study on some sort of device prototype. The only word you can make out is Persephone, so it seems to use their AI.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the very top area of those two towers.
Okay. I carefully continue descending.
Mm-hmm. So going to the main building, you see a bunch of stuff that you would expect to see, given that this building serves Kian's purposes. It's a very similar layout to his setup back in the counties. It's a bunch of training grounds, it has a cafeteria, there's a bunch of, bunk areas where people can rest, there's pharmacy, or infirmary, rather. It doesn't differ too much from what you would expect, and there's nothing really useful to you here.
Okay. I continue carefully.
Mm-hmm. So there are two ways you can go now. On the ground floor, there is essentially that connection to the side building that you've never actually seen. You could check that out. And then you could go below, where you would have to progress for a bit, but you'll eventually reach the bunker.
I'd first be interested in reaching, because if the bunker is like the one, like, lowest level where like vampires hang out and so on, that's where like I'd expect there more to be like mystical protections, if any. But I'd probably go first like to the area where like armory and stuff like that.
Okay.
Armory and lab.
So going to that connection to the side building, you find two doors adjacent to each other. One seems to be for a high-end lab, the other one to an armory. You go in, and I'll ask you to roll me a perception alertness. You will definitely see what's inside, but I want you to see if you notice something.
Okay. Beleza. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Okay. So you go inside. The lab seems to have a number of prototypes. You understand the very basics of the tech. It seems to, according to Aidan's description, this seems to be one of the prototypes for those goggles. There's a prototype for some weapons. There is a bunch of like wires displayed on a sort of a workshop table. It's kind of hard for you to identify what any of this stuff is, but it does look very high tech. You go into the armory, and everything seems to be, contained within the walls, almost like in drawers or integrated rails into the walls. There's only a screen that seems to be with a rotating logo that reads Persephone. And you do see, as you watch, the screen gives two blinks. Then a mic appears. It waits for a moment and then vanishes and goes to normal.
Sorry, can you repeat that? My internet lagged.
It's okay. Basically, as you spot the screen blinks twice. You see the icon of a microphone appearing. It seems to wait for a moment. And after it waits for a moment, the mic disappears with a little spinning animation, and the screen goes back to normal.
Huh. I look around for cameras.
There are definitely cameras everywhere. What are you looking for specifically? Like anything that might be looking at you? Or...
Yes.
Yeah, perception tech. Because spotting the cameras is easy. Spotting if they're trying to look at you specifically, that's a tricky part.
Okay. Does discerning apply?
Sure. I'll grant it.
1, 2, 3, 4. I have 1 success.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to tell. As far as you can tell, they're not looking at you specifically.
Okay, I'm going to leave this room quickly and go see the bunker.
Mm-hmm. All right. Can you make a willpower roll, please?
Sure. 2 successes.
Okay. So, essentially, as you begin descending towards the bunker, it almost hits you out of nowhere as soon as you make contact with the interior of the bunker. You snap out of your astral projection, and I will ask you to hold for a bit. So the rest of you, as you are waiting for Iris to finish her info gathering, all of the sudden, she jolts and begins shaking violently as if she's having a seizure.
This could be normal.
Nope. Cool the fucking heart of hers. Shadowplay. I fucking love this stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna do Shadowplay on her heart just to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want me to frenzy?
No, I just maybe it's gonna like cool you down a bit, okay? I can do it on brains if you want.
Okay. So are you using that specific combo discipline or just Shadowplay?
Shadowplay is just like first out of
Yeah.
calibration, just
Yeah, I know.
creatively
That's why
used
I'm
to, like-
asking. Okay, so you're enveloping her heart in supernatural shadows. Iris, make me a soak roll, please. With your fortitude.
Fuck! I'm sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Okay.
All I know is I didn't do it.
Yes.
While you don't really you do this trying to calm it down, whatever this effect is, and you don't think it helped. You don't think you made it worse, but you don't think it helped. And as you continue trying, all of you start hearing a sizzling noise coming from Iris.
What the fuck?
We can force her to come back to her body if it's quicker.
Yeah, probably only if I drag her back.
Do it.
Am I
Fucking-
getting any vibes from her?
Perception awareness, please. Or
If
able.
any of you motherfuckers gonna hunt me, gonna diablerize me, I'ma hunt you.
Jack, what are you gonna try to do?
It's actually a
Psychic
passive-
projection.
Oh, okay. So you're going to try and do psychic projection. You can roll for that. Able, I
Yep.
realize what you're
if I
trying to
need-
do.
Realize
Yeah.
what you're trying to do.
If I need complex information, then I can do perception.
Do you want just a general vibe, or do you want
Or
to
do
like
you
understand?
want to like understand?
Yeah, I'm gonna get the general vibe anyway, so I'm just gonna
Mhm.
delve further.
0. I get 0.
All right. So Abel, the main emotional state you get from Iris is sheer agony, to the point where you've never actually seen anyone suffer this much. You'd wager, even if she wanted to, and even if she was the most willful creature you've ever known, she could not snap out of this. She couldn't muster a movement, even if she wanted to. Jack,
I wish I could take that away.
I mean, I can allow you to. If
I mean,
it'll be on like it'll be a bit on the spot because I haven't written the details down, but if you wish, you can try.
It can be just, I'm just gonna try and see what happens because I haven't play tested it yet.
Okay.
Can
So-
Patience of the Norns be used on Kindred or just random objects?
Which one?
Patience of the Norns.
That is a temporis power, correct?
Correct.
An
Yeah, here we
inanimate
go.
object.
Only inanimate. Okay.
Yeah, if she was torpid, it would count as an inanimate object, but she's
To
not.
be honest, her soul is outside of her body.
But she's not torpid right now. It
True.
came back, otherwise she wouldn't be in sheer fucking agony.
I'm just gonna put my hand on her shoulder and kind of feel myself through of what I've experimented on.
Okay.
And
So
try to at least remove the pain, if not gain anything from it.
okay. So first
Could I
things
just
first.
summon her here?
Hmm?
I'm sorry, I'm thinking out loud.
That's okay. So first things first, Iris, make me another soak roll.
Belesse. Oh,
Okay.
none.
So before you try anything, Abel, you will still get to try, don't worry. I'm not canceling your action, but before you try, basically what all of you start to see is that from Iris's eyes, from her lips, her nose, her fingernails, you start to see smoke. And she continues jolting in place. Abel, you place a hand on Iris, and I need you to, let's say, I'll allow you one of two things. You can either make a roll to see how much of the pain you consume, or you can spend a willpower point and you'll just consume all of it.
Yeah, sure, I can consume a willpower.
Okay. So spend a point of willpower, and basically what the rest of you see is Abel closes his eyes, begins to focus, and Iris slowly begins to stop shaking so violently. Iris, would you kindly register 3 ag, please? Abel, you begin to feel this searing sensation inside you, and you try to suppress it. Could you roll just flat your daemonian discipline dots, please?
He be munching them demons.
Yeah, chicken. I'm just getting used to the roll 20 here. Ouch. I rolled.
Okay. All right. So, as you begin to feel this rising, searing pain, there's a pressure in the back of your mind, and all the pain begins to be siphoned away from you. And while you physically don't feel anything anymore, every time you try to reach out to that voice that you've familiarized yourself with, it is screeching in fucking agony.
Ouch.
And yeah, Iris, you are out of breath, and you feel that your insides are roasted, basically.
Well, the bunker is definitely protected. Ouch.
So much pain.
What? Iris, this felt that it should have lasted longer. Iris basically looks around, question.
Does he side-eye at Abel?
Did you? Am I
Oh.
to thank you, Abel?
I'm not sure whether you should thank me or whoever suffered for you.
Whoever suffered. Do you mean one of your friends?
Oh, yeah. Don't think they'll be talking to me for a...
Well, I mean, if they suffered for it, I mean, that just talks about what kind of protection there is on that bunker. I mean, given their
Which
scale,
is-
their cosmic scale. I mean, I should just summon a volcano on top of that, like without going into the bunker.
Aidan, as you watch this display, the difficulty is going to be quite high, but make a wits and awareness, or wits and occult roll, please.
I'm gonna spend a willpower. So, yeah, it's a good thing I spent that willpower, right?
Yeah, so it's one success. Just witnessing what Abel just did and hearing all of this context, it clicks in your mind that he has a power you've essentially been indoctrinated to immediately associate with evil and really, really like destructive practices. Your knee-jerk reaction is basically thinking of Abel as the most evil thing in this room and potentially the most volatile, because this guy is dealing with demonic powers, and that's never something you can control or overcome. That's basically
Yes,
what
that
you've
seems
been
quite
indoctrinated
irrational.
into thinking. Proceed.
May I ask
May I
about what you just did there?
Abel, you're echoing again.
Oh, am I?
Yes.
Indeed.
I haven't changed anything. Is it much of an echo? Maybe it's an echo when you're talking or when somebody else is talking.
Well, I heard it earlier when I was talking, but not right now. But it was very heard when Squirrel was talking.
Okay. In any case, I'm answering Aiden. I am not sure what I just did. It's something that I've been trying to, an idea that I've tried to make into a real power. I just there's so much suffering and pain in this world, especially in the kind of suffering cancer patients, whoever. I was just thinking that maybe there is a way to siphon all that pain away and apparently make the demons suffer. I'm not sure how it will work out in the end, but
Didn't you get upgraded to, slightly less on their face version?
what?
Slightly less
Yeah.
fallen version.
What I
Slightly.
was told about the thing you just did, that I was told that evil uses
Well, you
that
were
power.
also told the vicissitude was evil, were you not?
Oh, don't.
This is not an attack. It is only giving you knowledge that I was given.
Well, aren't
Don't.
you also indoctrinated that all flesh crafters are evil and corrupted?
I'm just saying that I don't want you running around believing now that whoever consorts with demons is necessarily a good person.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
definitely don't do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I'm
This
just
one's good.
saying I'm trying to be.
Yeah, look. You will probably see that Abel has a lot of allowances, as do like some other of our demon hunters, which Abel is one. And that is in the Sabbat, despite what our usual credo is. Some get the leeway in terms of attending to all our rites, or like the blood feast, or something like that, specifically because they need to maintain a very strict code of morality. Otherwise, we're going to have to lose those allies because they're gonna get corrupted.
It's in essence you can think of it as keep your enemies close, and I keep mine very close.
Well, let's keep your friends close, keep your enemy closer.
Well, yeah,
We're keeping you very close,
okay.
except for
I
the fact that
see.
you're always sleeping in a different place.
Honestly, I don't very much care at this point. If something begins to negatively affect how the team functions together, I will speak again.
It'll be taken care of if it's a problem.
Either way, well, the bunker is protected, like I said. But I was able to access the labs. There was, though, an interesting thing. When I came into the armory, I saw the interface. Like with the idol logo of Persephone spinning. When I came into the armory, it started listening. There was nobody else there.
It would not surprise me if Persephone can perceive more than most.
Well, that is good to know.
So somebody gave fucking AI Auspex.
Apparently.
The actual fuck?
You have a prototype of this.
Yes, we will have to test it once I am able to build a secure enough facility to contain it in case it decides to go rogue.
I will need a computer on a closed system so that it couldn't touch the internet.
Don't worry, I will build the necessary things.
I may assist you. I am also skilled with technology.
Just
Very
help
well.
removing the network card?
We need also specific tools and like a setup. You want to develop it and you want to have like pretty good, computational capabilities for the devices. It's going to take some time to procure it, but I will procure it. Essentially like a little lab. Either way, I believe I should probably inform my Templar of my little misadventure.
Are you still
And
feeling-
Iris does this little like fucking cringy smile where she's like, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Essentially, as you
laughing in rage, but it's laughing in we're getting so much fucking shit done for that.
So, Serena, as soon as you say that, the rest of you begin to realize that the entire time, just bleeding in the corner, was the Templar
Olivia.
in question.
Oh,
I mean,
good
what-
news. We're alive.
Just
well, the bunker is protected.
leaning and tapping on their arm with a very annoyed look.
I offered my help in my defense.
It worked out. I
The
am a
only
bit
help I
crispy.
could have The only help I could have given is if you were staked or otherwise tortured first.
I'll check my emails.
I-
Like the fuck I'm gonna do with this family drama? I did my part. Okay.
Are you still feeling
Okay,
hot?
actually, oh, by the way, like, Serena quickly, basically, just like, mentally, like, just like, like, touches Abel's mind. Does he allow her to communicate to him something?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh yeah, so like, Olivia is, 7th gen, whatever, Templar from the Anarchs, obviously.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like,
Oh.
Apologies for the technical difficulties, but we are back. So, Serena was in the process of delivering some information directly into Abel's mind.
Olivia's Olivia, 7th gen, Anarch defector, who was promoted to Templar. Not Cecil.
Uh-huh.
Abel deadpans.
Oh, Olivia, good to have you here. By the way, Abel, I don't believe you've actually stayed for that part of the ceremony. Olivia has been promoted to Templar, so essentially, if I'm unavailable, she acts as my voice. And, she speaks in my name.
Good to know.
Is Olivia still staring?
is still there, staring, and
Congratulations, Olivia.
Congrats on promotion.
Olivia glares towards you, Abel. Then the stare slowly returns to Serena.
Iris. Iris is like, now then.
Before anything, Olivia reaches towards her belt and takes a small, what looks like a small leather pouch, and places it next to Iris. Apply that to the burns.
Okay. If the birds are inside, should I just drink it?
Eat it.
Okay.
And hope it makes it there. Yeah, basically you reach inside the pouch and it feels like this sloshy dirt, like this really damp dirt, sort of sticky with Vitae.
Yeah. Yes, I eat it. It's not the first time of mine eating dirt. I have my own rituals where I eat dirt, so it's,
I believe Iris was the feisty kid at the school.
Iris was eating dirt before becoming a canine.
Part of becoming Volcavian, you know.
Queen of the Sandpipes.
So yes, roll me a 1d10. If the number is odd, then you can heal 1 ag.
it's odd.
It is odd. You heal 1 ag over the course of the scene. And
Okay.
it feels like crap.
It's okay. I'm used to the fact that eating dirt as a canine or like mixed with animal fur or like other like grass, it tastes not nice.
While I was when touching her, did she feel hot, or was it that just in her head.
She felt colder than you, definitely, but she felt that her skin felt a bit warmer than it should be. Not
Okay.
by much, but enough for
What
you to
about
notice.
but the smoking? That was real. The
Seems
smoke
so.
coming out of her.
I mean, Sir Iris did say that she's crispy on the inside.
Reverse sear as it was.
Iris just looks like shoots Olivia one apologetic look, and then looks back. Right then. Out of all the things that we can achieve today, I assume that blowing up Owl's Eye today would not be the ideal, especially before the prototype. We do have the Lilliana thing, and currently I don't really see any hunters within our domain. So, what would be the best for us?
Just out of spite, kick some Venture in the face. Logically, well, we can technically go bar for bar and make Kian's child deflect. Would be fun.
That was one of the old, long-term things. I meant for tonight.
Well,
Actually,
easy thing
Abel,
would be, and
Abel,
I'll just
actually. Sorry, Jack, just a second.
yeah, go on.
Abel, before Jack continues, could you maybe look at the symbol that is on Aidan?
I'll
Jack, continue.
If you don't
Might as
mind.
well message Avicus if Lucita is somewhere nearby. Or I don't fucking know. We can call that Lasombra. who wanted
Actually,
to see me.
yes, I wanted to see that Lasombra. Summon her. She's in my domain. I wish to know her name.
That is true. That is true.
I
Maybe
believe.
Maybe I'll write in, but yeah.
I think it would be best.
Not here.
Well, obviously not here. You can go back to the asylum.
will I be staying here or going there with you?
You'll be going with us.
Very well.
Like Jack said, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. And you are currently uncategorized.
So where do we keep frenemies then?
Uncategorized means we're unclear into which category they fall. Frenemies are a very specific category. And
Any
Iris
of
just
the
looks at you,
Notorious.
and Iris just looks at you, with that deadpan face you've grown to know, from a metamorphosis. The metamorphosis who's like,
Removes all the fucking movement from the muscles of the face. Duh. But yeah. Yeah. Then all aboard the car. I guess.
I suppose I'll since there's more of us, I'll go travel with Olivia.
What about
I
that
mean,
symbol?
what?
That symbol somebody mentioned? A
Yes.
symbol?
Yes.
Aiden, show the symbol. Sense.
Show the symbol.
Abel, kindly
Release the
make
symbol.
a int and occult roll, if it'd be so kind.
Doink.
All right. So, looking at the symbol, it definitely seems to relate to your field of expertise. However, you don't recognize it as a symbol to aid in your specific discipline as much as impede it.
So, in essence, it can be considered a ward.
Of sorts. It is something that you've seen with this throughout your studies. You've seen this mark appear a couple of times, and it's always within rituals or practices that are meant to counter demonic influence, not heighten it or perform it.
Like banish or hide.
Sometimes it's
Or-
banish, sometimes it's hide, sometimes it's a ward against the effect. Sometimes it's even a weapon, but it's hard to tell what this specific usage of
Is
it
the
is.
symbol is this symbol carved or tattooed? Or...
It is carved into the skin.
Wow. Do you know who did this, Aidan?
My sire.
Well, I'm sure he meant the best for you.
He didn't really care. I am a tool.
Well, it's protection.
Are you sure?
As sure as I can be.
Should we get a second opinion from Isaac?
If you wish to.
It would be good. Maybe, since I really don't want to be going around showing Aidan around too much.
Draw the
Maybe,
symbol.
well, until we know what's up, and either way, I haven't yet even met at Lasombras, so maybe you guys could go and visit Isaac. He has opened a new church in Santa Monica.
Perhaps. I mean, carving a symbol into someone's skin is
Do we know the address of the church
expensive.
of Isaac?
Well, I would know where Isaac would have made the Santa Monica, parish.
Miguel, is it the same address from the note?
It is.
We can meet the Lasombra there ourselves.
I see.
Yes.
Well, then let's go. I do believe we have. Trina looks to Olivia. Shall we travel our own means?
You may proceed as you wish. I'll be around.
Serena just looks at Olivia.
Olivia very intensely stares at Iris. With sort
For
of
the love God,
slightly
the car is
narrowed
big
eyes.
enough for 5 people. For the love of God, the car is big enough for 5 people.
All right, it is.
I think I'm gonna walk as well. I need to stretch
Well-
my wings.
Of course.
Literally.
Yes.
Well, I was thinking of traveling via trees.
Then I'm gonna go and burn some good old-fashioned oil. Aidan, you in?
Aidan?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, Jack.
Also, I would like to grab a bite.
You should have received a vessel. Did you not?
Oh, did I? I don't know. Out of
We would have organized his meals.
Okay.
Okay.
In that case, yes, you would have received enough sustenance as the time passed. So you basically remain at the same amount of blood. No more, no less.
Sabbath blood, that's all we can spare.
All right.
Right then. Who is stepping?
It's okay. It's okay.
As Serena basically, as Iris walks outside, she basically looks around to ensure there's nobody there, and just walks into a tree.
As Iris attempts to do this, she feels a tug on her shoulder, looks behind her, sees Olivia just going.
What?
However you go in a way where I can see and follow.
Fine. Iris huffs and goes into the car.
Yep. And as you enter the car, you look back and Olivia's gone.
So she can turn into the wind and I can't walk to a tree.
Apparently.
So, you begin making your way through...
By the way, Aidan, this is like something that I don't know, like this is something that like technically Aidan, given his like, time in Talmahara and so on, and just general awareness of Canaanite culture, I'd assume he'd know in which way the hierarchy of Archbishop/Templar should go.
I would guess, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'd know that there's like some weird fucking dynamics here.
Yeah.
I think the
That
dynamics
is
were...
exactly what it is.
Yeah, I think the dynamics were weird from session 0, okay?
Yeah.
It's not like you have a bunch of weird people playing characters that are also weird or anything.
Nah.
Cannot be.
Okay, so you begin making your way to the church. It takes you a bit. It seems that the church is in this part of Santa Monica that still has sort of the grid pattern to the streets, but has a lot more alleyways and narrow streets you're supposed to leave your car and walk through. It seems that the church is off the beaten path of most roads. And as you approach the church, it has a completely different vibe from Isaac's original church. The building is very clearly... it maintains the same inspirations in terms of architecture, but once you go inside, the walls are plain. The windows are narrow and sparsely colored. It looks like every single bit of uniqueness to Isaac's practice, Isaac's beliefs. It looks like all of that has been either suppressed or stripped away from the building. It looks drab, and it looks very, very Catholic.
Doesn't look like Isaac's usual getup.
No, more like my clan's usual.
I'm gonna quickly text Isaac.
Mm-hmm. What would you like to send him?
I'm asking him whether he's at his new church or not.
Isaac responds with, one moment. And eventually, while there's no service going on, there are a few people here, but not Isaac's usual crowd. Eventually, Isaac leaves the essentially the door to the back where, usually the clergy lives. And Isaac steps out wearing a traditional priest's outfit. And he walks towards you, and everyone can make a perception empathy roll.
Body language
Careful.
applies.
It does indeed.
Does
Careful.
tactical apply?
Tactical? Not really. Not
6
in this case.
successes. 6.
I just assumed the careful that apply.
My rolls are broken tonight.
They are. What
Two
the
successes.
hell?
Wow, mine's not
What
bad.
you roll? God damn, brother. What
the
is
fuck?
you?
Okay. All right. So pretty much everyone, especially in Abel's case, I think it's still a very good roll regardless of the ones, because Abel knows Isaac, so he can tell with far more ease. Isaac does not look like he's having a good time. He looks fucking miserable. In fact, if you had to guess, you'd say he's investing quite a bit of effort just to keep going at this. That's the vibe you get from him as he walks towards you, with sort of a faint smile, but not smiling with his eyes, really. Hello. To what do I owe this visit, Archbishop?
Well, we just came to ask for some of your expertise regarding a certain thing.
Yeah. I'm more than willing to offer them in private.
Of course.
Yeah.
And Iris leans in. I did not know that you, Lasombra, in town was using your address here.
Which one?
I'll show him.
Well,
It's one of them.
is there more than one? No, so there's more than one.
There's 5.
Oh, good. Then,
Very
given the fact that I don't actually know their names and they're in my domain, it would be good for them to present themselves.
I'm sure they will. Unfortunately, I'm in a precarious position.
Okay.
What assistance do you need?
Are they here right now, or should we go elsewhere?
The one you've met is
Mhm.
any sort of
Okay,
gestures
well
out the back.
then, yeah. Then Iris is like, well, you can probably then follow Abel and our guest to the car. Abel can fill you in about what I need your expertise on.
Unfortunately, I must stay here.
Perhaps we could go into a back room more privately.
I'm sure
Can I
you.
wait, am I able to summon you officially?
I would advise you do not. Things are volatile for me.
I see.
Perhaps I would like to give a confession, and you can see what you need to see there.
Of course. And Isaac
I'll go
very
to
eagerly
just-
starts heading towards the.
Yeah, and before Isaac heads out, the other one is in the back. I'll go distract.
One moment. And he reaches into his pocket, takes out a phone that you realize is not his original phone. It's a new phone, like brand new. He sends a text, then puts it in his pocket. She'll join you shortly. Then he looks to Aidan.
Wonderful.
Shall we?
Yes. Please lead the way, Father.
Isaac. And he leads Aidan into the confession booth. Before we see what happens with the other Lasombra, we join Aidan within the confession booth. Aidan, as you close the door behind you and you look through this grid pattern to see Isaac on the other side, he looks to you and says, "How may I be of assistance?"
I wish you to look at a symbol that was carved into my skin. They say it was a sign of protection.
May I see it?
Yes, and I will lift, the fabric to show him the symbol through that grid.
He looks at it for a moment and then says, "You may cover it. I believe whatever this symbol is was meant to keep you from finding yourself under the thumb of one of the fallen. Whoever did this to you expected you to find and deal with one."
I see.
May I ask in what context this was done?
Is this one of the punishments he gave me sometimes, or?
I see. Well, in the form of a punishment, there are a few ways this process could be abused to perform such an incantation, though I don't believe they would be the most efficient. It might have been the beginning of a process. I can either attempt to finish it when we have time, or if you wish, I can remove the mark. Leaving it as is also an option, but I would highly advise against it, given that a trained eye might recognize the wrong aspects of it.
And what would it need to be completed, and what would that accomplish?
Well, I would have to investigate in my own time. These things are never black and white, you see.
It is also difficult to cast rituals and magic on me, so...
I imagine that's why it's stuck this long. Either the effect didn't take, so you were simply left with the mark, or the effect did what it was supposed to, and, well, you're simply left with the scars of it. If you are indeed resistant to effects like this, I would advise we remove it.
I expect that when you figure out how that would be done, that you can make contact Iris and Jack.
If that is your preferred way, I can accommodate that, yes.
believe that they would trust it more if I went through that process.
I see. Are you a fellow member of the Sword?
Yes, however, it is complicated.
I see. Well, I shan't pry. We can discuss the matter further when I'm not at such a volatile place.
Once those who watch you leave, I'm sure it will be much easier.
Well, here's hoping. And as you finish this conversation, we shall roll back time a bit to when Aidan first goes into the confession booth. The rest of the pack are met with the same slender figure they met at the right where Serena was given the title of Archbishop. The woman leaves the back room, dressed in a nun's outfit, and she approaches you.
I believe you haven't properly introduced yourself to the Archbishop.
Well, my apologies, but we wish to do it all together. As a courtesy and to avoid wasting time that is not ours to waste. A show of respect, you see.
Quite an interesting location you've picked.
It is a fitting location, given the strings we've pulled throughout our history.
That is true. Just did not expect you to find at a location that was promised as a boon to my ally.
Well, he graciously volunteered to house us within his church.
Of course.
Do I sniffy some bullshit?
I need to read the specific wording to see if you do.
If she believes it's a truce, it is a truce. Like I don't smell like objective. I smell subjective lies. So like if Isaac invited them, but she believes he didn't, it's a lie.
So you don't detect any lies. However, the implication, given how much you guys know Isaac, I won't have you roll for it simply because I don't want to bloat the game with rolls, but you guys know Isaac well enough that he wouldn't do something like this unless he feared for his existence. So if the invitation was made, it was as a form of self-preservation by Isaac more than a courtesy.
Would you mind telling where you came from to our little, corner?
Well, it depends who you ask, but me personally, I'm a traveler. The last I was... Well, I believe I traveled directly from Spain, though I did stop by a few places.
Madrid?
Well, that's where I came from.
Any other visitors from Madrid?
Believe you'd have to ask them in person.
When were you last in Madrid?
Well, not nearly a month ago.
Hmm. And was there a keeper by the name of Lilliana there?
Oh. If there was, we didn't cross paths.
Well then, when I expect to see you very soon. After all, that's quite a big group of keepers, and we recently only had one. And if there's any other of you
One.
who were from Madrid, you're looking at him.
You see something clicks in her mind, and then she says, I see.
Now then. Now, of course, Isaac too, but Isaac hasn't been in my pack really, so. Now, since you're not entirely sure where your other keepers are from, I'd advise you to actually ask them, and if any of them have also been in Madrid, that when you come to present yourself, that you provide that information to me. After all, it will be concerning some very soon events regarding a hunt on one of your clan.
I see.
So
A
it will
deserved
be very...
hunt, I would wager.
Well, do you think that if a keeper defected to the tower, when they were specifically not sent there,
We would be delighted to deliver their ashes to you personally.
and since it would be a wild hunt, I'm sure you know of the rules, and that is everybody with whom they have managed to communicate Sabbat secrets need to be hunted down too.
I'm sure my cousins would have a delightful, hearty meal.
Good, good, good. Um, but yes, I will be expecting you soon, and it would be good if you manage to bring that information, because it would be good to know how long ago has that person betrayed the sword.
Of course. Should I inquire after this Liliana as well?
That is exactly the person that you should be inquiring for.
I will make sure every member of my clan that shows up to your quarters to present ourselves, I will make sure all of them are aware of the required information.
Good. Now then, I do believe you failed to introduce yourself.
That is...
Or actually, to properly observe courtesies. Or is that not something that your clan is taught these
Well,
nights?
I believe I did make my pledge of loyalty to you in person, though there was a number of others you might have not remembered.
If that is so, then my apologies. But your name?
I haven't had a name for a very long time.
I see.
What would you like to call me?
I can call you Zanan if you'd like it.
Fitting.
Now then, as for observing courtesies, that was to just remind you that it was, as far as I remember, it was your clan specifically who determined the proper ways of addressing archbishops, bishops, cardinals, and so on. I will remind you to keep proper addressing.
Of course.
Iris waits with a look.
Hold on. This is out of
Your-
character
she's-
bullshit for me. Hold on.
Your Excellency. She's meant to she's meant to use Your Excellency as a dress.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So she gives a slight, subtle bow, as not to make too much of a show of it in public. But she does say, "Of course, Your Excellency."
Good. I mean, after all, it was a tradition that was
It
that
is
was
not a
of
bad
your own
tradition.
making. That was
It is not a
that
bad
was something.
tradition.
That is something that your clan has definitely instituted. So it's best that we follow the traditions of the sword.
Of course.
It is the rules, Your Excellency, that keep us from running with the animals.
As
Exactly.
Jack says that, Aidan and Isaac both exit the confession booth, and the nun looks to Isaac and says, "Father Isaac, I must have a word with you. If you'll excuse us, Your Excellency."
Of course, and of course I will just like to remind you that Father Isaac is one of my close allies, and he has been indispensable to our campaign again on Santa Monica and against infernal threats. So, given that he's such a dear ally, I do believe that you will consider the level of the respect he's owed in this domain.
So, as I'll have everyone roll perception empathy.
Careful.
Yes, definitely
yeah.
applies here.
Oh yeah, I know this shit. The cringy
successes.
fucking Lasombra who do in church. Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
For success.
Tactical probably doesn't apply again.
6.
Tactical does, actually, on this one. So 1 extra die, please.
It is tactical level of Lasombra bullshit. Let's deal with it. Oh my fucking god.
it was just
6
one, but
successes.
that's fine. Okay, so yeah, everyone picks up on this because it's not subtle at all. Aidan, you pick this up from Isaac. So does Abel. And Serena and Jack, you pick this up from the nun. As soon as Iris says the word infernal, there's a sort of like subtle twitch in her eyebrows, as if she just heard what she was waiting for. And Isaac, as Aidan follows Isaac, Isaac immediately almost shrinks into himself when that word comes up. Well, in that case, if you'll excuse us. And she looks to Isaac and then turns, and Isaac follows.
Would you mind driving?
Hmm?
Would you
You
mind
just hand-
driving?
You just
Sure.
handed a potential enemy information and a weapon against you.
It's not a weapon against me. Don't be foolish. Do you think I'm infernal?
The clan wouldn't like it. So yeah,
The
if
clan
somebody would
can-
volunteer to drive,
I'll drive.
and I'll clairvoyance this shit,
I
or
could drive if you like.
whoever of us would like to go and observe this shit out of body experience, the other person is driving.
You can do it because it's your clan,
True.
and I'm going to basically like drive.
Do I need more than 1 success
To drive?
to out of body?
Oh,
That's you're
I-
just here, so you can basically get into the car, psychic project, get out of the body, and walk there.
yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Like, you don't need clairvoyance for this shit. You just do psychic
Yeah.
projection.
Yeah, deal with that, please, for me. And
Yeah.
Jack will like give the phone with the email, and he would psychic projection his shit into sneaky. What the fuck is going on?
All right. Well, we'll handle that in PMs. Do the rest of you drive off, or do you stay around?
Yeah, we're gonna drive off, and before Jacques basically knocks out, Iris is like, if anything, if they overstep what there should be allowed with Isaac, you let me know, and I'll be sure to send my Templar to let them know about.
Code of Milan, I believe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's traditional at this point. See you
It's
in a
like,
moment.
I'm sorry, like, the fuck are you doing? Like, this is a war. You do
You
not
made
take
you
my
made the fucking
weapons.
codex.
You do not.
No.
do not
You made the
take-
codex. You trust it. You fucking
Yeah.
honor it.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, bitch.
Okay. So, where do you drive to?
Asylum.
Okay. So, as you make your way to the asylum, we will take a short 15-minute break. And we will return very soon with the rest of tonight's episode. See you soon.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Welcome back to Beyond Armageddon. We rejoin the pack as they arrive at the asylum, now under the control of the Sabbat. Serena / Iris leads the way as she walks through the front door, obviously through the VIP entrance, and spots in the midst of the crowd Caroline, who, holding a beer in her hand, just raises a glass and continues to watch for supernatural threats within the building.
Mm-hmm.
They turn to the elevator and make their way up to the office. As they head through the door, well, I will allow you guys to do what you think your characters would do.
Wait, did Jack already come out of his psychic projection?
I think you would have, yeah.
Okay, so like let's assume he came out by the time we got back. So, I'd say when we get back into the office, Iris would be like, so, what's the deal?
Miguel, did you send me something? Or did you write it down and didn't send me something?
Oh, beautiful. I was writing in the wrong place.
It's okay.
Maybe we can like you can RP that as a flashback.
Sure, we'll do a short flashback then. So, Jack, going back in time a little, you rest your head on the passenger seat of the car, and as the engine revs up, you allow yourself to separate from your body. Where do you go?
I would go to that room
Mm-hmm.
to see what's the deal between Dana
So you
and
enter
Isis.
the back room. You go through the church and enter the back room and find that it is Isaac's office, though things are kept much neater than they were. Everything's very clearly in designated spots. Namely, most of Isaac's drawings are all contained in one box under his desk. So there's essentially a very... You get a sense of censorship within his office. Though his icon is still at the desk right in front of his chair. And the nun and Isaac continue to speak. You basically catch them in the middle of a conversation, and she seems to be asking questions, trying to get some information, and Isaac continues essentially deflecting. Sometimes he lies. And throughout the conversation, just to speed this along, I'll ask you to make a roll of wits and empathy. Okay.
I believe 4.
So that is 4 successes. And now I will ask you, how would you like to divide these successes between the 2 individuals? That will give you different results, or different degrees of results for each one.
I guess 50-50?
Okay.
50-50 might
So,
work.
The idea you get is that Isaac is trying desperately to evade the topic of demons and the infernal. He does say that he's dealt with it in the past, he has experience with it, but he never actually... He avoids the topic that he is an expert on it. And when you examine the nun's line of questioning, her body language, the main idea you get from her is that she's trying really, really hard to catch Isaac on a lie. And she seems to be chasing after, even though her questions are very around the issue. She's... The one constant in her line of inquiry is if Isaac is a keeper, or if Isaac is a bloodline. And she seems to be very interested on this specific point.
I'd circle them around just to see if either of them spot... Oh, I'd circle... Like, I'd stay behind her just to see if Isaac spots me. If he's able. Haha.
He is in fact Isaac, not Abel.
Yes.
So you hover behind her, and Isaac doesn't really seem to notice you. He seems to be focused on the questions and trying to answer them coherently, essentially trying to keep all of his lies together.
I might have a solution if you'd allow me to control shadows from the...
Depends what you want to do.
I'm gonna write answers on the fucking wall behind her.
You want to coach him, basically.
Yes!
Okay. Just roll flat intelligence first.
Pelesha again.
Okay. I will give you no tips. You may do as you wish.
I'd carefully, really carefully, give him hints or straight out answers if they are not that long on the wall behind her.
Okay. I won't have you roll. But I will have to roll something myself.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you begin to shift the shadows, trying to essentially write something on the wall behind the nun, as soon as you begin to shift the shadows, you notice her stopping, she stops talking, raises her head, and then looks behind her. And you manage to, like, stop whatever you were doing in time, so she
Mhm.
doesn't see it. But she narrows her eyes, and then turns to Isaac and says, "Well, I suppose we'll continue this discussion at another time." And without any other interaction with her, with Isaac, she just leaves. And Isaac, as soon as the door closes, almost like the facade of confidence almost falls in a moment of like exasperation, and he just holds his chest. You can tell
Can
like
I-
he's bordering on a panic attack, basically.
Can I communicate with him like telepathically?
Yeah, but I'll make the. I'll give you a bit of a higher difficulty simply because you're not
I don't
here.
think that telepathy is a role.
Uh,
I know it's
yeah,
obviously a role.
It has a role.
It's intelligence subterfuge. Yeah.
Mhm.
5 dice. Pelese. Fucking Pelese.
Word me?
Yeah, that.
Let's go!
So you you
I'm
push
explaining it in the chat.
you push past whatever guards he's put up in his mind, and you do understand that he's paranoid enough that he has like prepared himself for this type of situation, but you still push past it. And what would you like to say?
How the fuck did you end up in a situation like this?
Isaac seems to panic for a
It's
moment,
Jack.
but then realize who's speaking to him, and he just begins to think. And you start seeing memories of Isaac still in Chicago as a young neonate. In the middle of an investigation, he walks into court, as he was part of the Camarilla at the time. And as he does so, he spots an individual who, because you're experiencing this as memories and get his rationale, you understand this guy is the subject of the investigation. He's the suspect. And he is surrounded by what Isaac knows to be other Lasombra. And the main thought you get is that that one guy, number one, he wasn't the actual demon worshipper Isaac was chasing. He was just the suspect. But Isaac still killed him. That guy had a lot of Lasombra allies. The clan wanted him alive because he was loyal to the Sabbat and he was a spy. So people wanted him around, and Isaac killed him. And then you get another memory of Isaac, now within the Sabbat, speaking with other members of Clan Lasombra and, mingling quite amicably. And the topic of this death comes up. And in the conversation, he slips. He says something. And people start... From then on, people look at him sideways, as if they're trying to notice something. And he's hid his bloodline for as long as possible, specifically because of this. But as soon as he got to LA, that was no longer a problem because there weren't many Lasombra in the area. Then you showed up, and now every
That's
Lasombra in America is, for some reason, making their way here. So now he has to lay low again. He's starting to like panic quite badly.
Did she try to read your mind while she was asking you?
I don't know.
Did you feel the pressure in the back of your head
I don't know.
before me? Well then, are you able to leave the church on your own?
No.
Bad. How's your auspex and obtenebration?
I have one of those. Well, I'm apt enough at one of those.
You find a way to block your head. So even if they try to read your mind, I don't know, you have a lapdog of your own you can use against them.
I'll do my best.
Next time you need problem solved, ask us. Don't ask the fucking clan.
I didn't get to ask anyone.
I get it. Well, we'll figure it out anyway.
Isaac seems to still be quite nervous as you allow the connection to fade. And unless you want to do something else, I think we can call this here.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we return to the office as all of you make it inside. You're muted.
So you're muted.
Well, probably maybe like to speed up the process. We're in the office and Jack has
Yeah,
finished
Jack explains
telling
all
us.
of this, yeah.
Yeah. And might I explain, how would they actually keep a true Sabbat who is under my jurisdiction from answering my summons?
Unless they are... Just a second. Unless there is a Praescus among them, they shouldn't be able.
Even, well, here's the thing.
Well, technically,
I-
Praescus
No,
can
actually,
only...
no. Let me correct you, Jack. It seems your teachings. It seems the Lasombra clan may be lacking in the teachings of it. A priestess. Not every priestess is part of the consistory, which advises the regent, and nonetheless, a priestess is still, unless there's somebody very high ranked like Vicus. They are not ranked above the archbishop. Above the archbishop is the cardinal, and above a cardinal is a regent.
In which case, they are just doing what my clan is doing best. Being bunch of old school timey cunts.
Who made a system that they think they can abuse.
Yeah. Obviously.
Did you by any chance manage to give Isaac the little advice of putting a plant in his office?
Might I have, Miguel? It slipped my mind.
Well, you didn't advise him to do anything. You looked around his office, it was very neatly kept, but it was barren of any life, so...
It would be very out of place.
Hmm.
But I might sneak something in.
Very well, it's something to consider. Nonetheless, here's the thing. You do realize that not even the Black Hand, for example, even the Black Hand, even though they're special militia, they cannot just act willy-nilly within the domain of an archbishop.
That doesn't mean they will follow the rules.
If they don't follow the rules, there's a code of Milan for that, and
It is
very,
the rules.
very severe punishments for breaking those rules. As your grandsire could attest to that.
Not that he really could. Fucker's dead.
Well, we did summon his wraith once. He wasn't pleased, was he?
No, you were not there.
Also, Tony, you forward me something.
Yes, that will be the email Jack would ask you to, do something with it while he was out.
Iris is like, what was this email you gave me?
That is an email I gotten from Lucita's ghoul. Jack will just basically CC Iris in the email.
Well, it seems that they mistook Lilliana to have perished.
Yes, but
But it was a lie.
it was. Problem
Well,
is, you do not
since-
walk in Strauss's court like that and sit at his left hand.
That is true. But given your current information, reach out to Lucita, since she has a position within Damage Noctis. Confirm with her that Liliana is not doing something for the Sabbat. But if she was, it would have been weird that she would have sent you such an email. But just to be sure, reach out and confirm it.
I wouldn't get information up until noon the next day.
Well, given as it is, might as well as call Victoria at the moment. And I'm just going to call Victoria.
All right. So you dial Victoria's number. You call it. It rings for a moment, and then you hear the click of the call being picked up, and you hear essentially in sort of faded, like a faded voice. Yes, of course. Please excuse me. This is an urgent call. And you hear footsteps, a door closing, and then the voice clearly comes out from the other end. Yes?
It has come to our recent attention that, well, we're still going to just double check with the Amateur Noctis whether this is an operation of the sort, but given what we have currently heard from Madrid, and what we've seen of happening within Strauss's domain, it seems that Wayland's child, Liliana Moore, has defected to the tower.
So it seems, and, well, that might have something to do with the fact that I am currently entertaining members of the Black Hand on their way to Santa Monica.
Ah. Good to know. I was just calling you to... Since given her previous knowledge with the domain and the attack that happened on the Madrid, this is not a Sosimo situation.
I don't think so. And I don't think it's a situation that we'll need to worry about for much longer, given the presence in the city.
Well, nonetheless, as per Code of Milan, there is one way to deal with, and a wild hunt must be announced.
I fear so, and I think it's a
But
wise
give
move,
a...
but I would wait until
Of course, until the
your
guests arrive.
visitors are there.
Of course. Of course. But, well then, I'll leave you to entertain your guests and I'll be expecting them. I assume they know where to go. If they don't, you may let them know to visit us at the asylum.
They've been informed. They seem to enjoy torturing me with political formalities.
Well, then I'll know what to expect.
Expect them to twist your arm on a few issues.
Of course.
And there's a click.
Iris looks
Question?
around. Iris puts the phone down. We're getting a visit from the Black Hand, and it seems certainly that Lilliana has defected.
Should I invite Lucita to the city on your behalf?
I'm pretty sure she has plenty of things to deal in Madrid, given that they had an attack.
I'll just add the footnote that we would be welcoming of her, but she doesn't have to be present.
As for the rest, I'm just like going to be like looking around. Is Olivia in the room with us?
Well, you look around, you don't see Olivia. The window's open, though.
Iris, like, Olivia?
Yeah, breeze moves in, and Olivia manifests out of thin air.
We're getting a Black Hand visit soon. Abel, could you perhaps maybe take Aidan elsewhere? Maybe to his haven.
Sure. Let's ride.
Very well.
Jack, you
Can't
can
wait.
stay here.
I believe I should stay here.
Yes, given the fact that it does concern your
It
sire.
concerns me.
Yes. Either way,
Yep, fucking damn it.
either way, Victoria did warn us that they might be expected to twist my hand on some issues. She didn't clarify which.
So, Iris,
but-
just a quick clarification. If they are, if they are being entertained currently at East LA,
Yeah.
and they're expected to come to Santa Monica eventually, it doesn't mean they're on their way to you tonight. It
Okay.
means they are coming to Santa Monica
Okay,
at
got
some
it.
point.
Well, she's not exactly sure when. So, yeah.
Still one pay to go.
Well, if they arrive tonight, and given the concern, they could arrive tonight. I'd rather not have our defector here, especially given what we know about. And she looks to Aidan. What we know about the sect from which you came. We can't be
And-
sure who's visiting and what allegiances they are, what allegiances they hold. They can be regular sword, like regular members of the Black Hand, or they can be part of the true Black Hand. Which
Either
means
way.
it means either way, I'd rather have you lay down low.
At some point, I suppose you should change my face.
Iris looks to Olivia.
Olivia simply looks to you, then to
We
Aidan.
don't know. We don't know who are coming here. And given your security measures, wouldn't you say that that is something we can achieve? So that if there are any traders among the Black Hand who will come to visit, they will not recognize, even if they see Aidan in passing.
If I may give counsel,
Of course.
I believe our newest addition to the sect can prove his loyalty, given the situation we recently have been made aware of at the church.
Mm-hmm.
Should good information make it our way through Aidan, I believe that's proof enough for now.
Can you repeat that, sorry?
To translate, Aidan's loyalty needs to be tested at some point. Given
Yes.
the situation at the church, might be a good idea to use this opportunity, this problem, to test Aidan's loyalty.
Okay. Very well. I'm sure you can supervise that, given your specialties.
Of course.
Nonetheless, we still have the risk that among the Black Hand who will come here are those who are from Talmahara.
We.
Which
How
means...
do we check for that except for reading their minds?
No, we don't read their minds. What I mean, if Aidan stays with the face that he is, and there are those among the Black Hand who know his face, we will definitely be facing an influx of hunters and the Talmahara assassins and everything possible in our domain right now, when we have also lots of other things to deal with. They will be here to make sure to kill him.
And they probably suspect that I've gone here because of the information I took with me.
Yes, which means it would
Most
be
likely,
best
yeah.
if we don't confirm those suspicions.
I do agree with that.
Either Jasper or I will visit and provide you a different face. Olivia, your security measures will still be in place, won't they?
They are in place right now.
Exactly. So that will take care of that. And if he's unable to prove his loyalty, there's nothing stopping us from giving him back his face and leaving him for the Talmahara to take care of him. Isn't that right? So then we agree
Yeah.
on that. Either way, I'd rather not risk that tonight. So it would be best if, and given the fact that I know for a bit how they function, it would be best if perhaps Aidan is, perhaps it would be best that tonight he receives his new face.
Do you say that to watch for Olivia's reaction?
Yes.
Olivia simply observes, does not question.
Iris looks to Abel. So can I basically just like delegate this to Jasper, because like I know Renan is not here with us, but
Jasper would
is here
basically
and-
be busy but you can delegate.
Yeah. Jasper is currently, and she basically tells Abel where he is. You can, Jasper, well, actually, no, she's like, Jasper is currently, she looks away. Busy, but if you basically take Aidan to his place and call Jasper, I'm sure he can arrange a different mean.
Sure, why not? I can even help showcase potential faces.
That is true.
That is true. You can. Either way, it would be best that this is sorted while they're busy here or before they even arrive. Never know who's coming to visit. Either way, our last meeting of the Black Hand wasn't that fun.
You mean that Malkavian who decided to scramble our brains?
Mm-hmm.
Then I guess we gotta prepare for it now.
Yes, of course.
Iris,
Uh-huh.
your phone buzzes, and
She picks.
you check. It's a text from Caroline.
Uh-huh.
The text reads, Hunter showed up. It's dealt with.
Iris sends thumbs up. But also, did Iris see anything?
You would have seen, if you were paying attention, which you can't see everything and pay attention to everything at the same time.
Yeah.
You might have spotted like some guy coming in and then later being kicked out. It looked like just a regular happening. But you'd wager, if you had to guess, Caroline probably created a situation where the hunter had to be kicked out.
Iris sends, do I still see him outside?
He's moved on, basically.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell Caroline, just come up here. Actually, she's going to say, I'll come down and just grab his face from you. I'll see if I can track him down.
You simply receive another message with a number of pictures of the guy.
Aha.
As he's in the club, basically. You understand from the pictures how Caroline caught on that he was a hunter. He seems to have bought a drink, then sat in the corner, and instead of drinking and enjoying himself, he was like creepily observing the entire, the group of club goers and scanning the audience to see if he saw anything suspicious.
Okay.
Not suspicious at all.
No.
Okay, I thank her, and then I'm gonna all right, Abel, Aidan, you can go find Jasper. I will need to see if I can track down that hunter. And Iris is basically going to sit down on her armchair and just close her eyes as she's going to use her green sight to find that man.
Throughout the entire city, that's... I'm gonna have to ask you for a...
It was recently, so she would start basically within an area around the, asylum.
I'll ask you for a perception alertness to see if you can even spot someone. Like, you have a good description of his face and of his clothes, so you know what to look out for, but LA is not a small place, even if you're just looking at the surroundings.
No. Zeros.
Yeah, you search, you think you see him at a few points, but you can't really follow very well, and eventually, like, you realize you haven't really caught his caught sight of him.
By the way, you remember that Iris back?
Oh, she's meditating.
Then I'd ask, so Aidan and Abel left, and apparently there is a Tsimisi, there is a Malkavian, and there is a Lasombra in the What could have gone wrong?
So at this
Um,
point, Aidan and Abel leave.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll join
I
you
presume.
guys soon. For now, we
Roti.
can. For now, we'll hear out the rest of the scene with Serena and Jack.
And Olivia is there.
After some time, Iris opens. All right. I've missed him.
That happens. You remember that
But we have a
ghoul of mine,
Mhm.
shattered spine, very computer apt.
No.
Happens as well. But we might use her to track him down.
Yeah. She forwards
You
him the photos.
still have to fix her back eventually. I asked you for help with that.
Iris. Yes. I can do that.
But yeah, I'll forward the pictures to my computer Hatsker ghoul and request that this man would be tracked. How much trouble am I gonna get from Lucita? You reckon?
I don't think this is your fault. You're not responsible for your sire, are you?
That is true.
And either way, had she not achieved what she done there, she would have done that here. I suppose the only responsibility you hold is that it was your choice to send her to Lucita instead of reclaiming the blood. Because didn't you say that you thought she was about to defect?
Mm-hmm.
And does anyone else know of that?
Vicus, probably.
Well, that is exactly something that what the Black Hand is going to be probably interested in.
That is true.
All right. With this, we take a break from Jack and Iris's scheming, planning, and general complaining about politics in the Sabbat. And we join Abel and Aidan as they make their way by car away from the asylum.
So, where do you hail from?
It doesn't. Why I don't understand why that's relevant.
Just making small talk. Ever been to Europe?
Yes, briefly.
How
A couple
does,
of years.
Oh, yeah. So, how'd you end up with the true Bruja?
Sire found me. I believe he watched me for some time before he chose me because of my skill with computer programming and building them from the ground up.
How is that relevant for a true Bruja?
Why wouldn't intelligence and intellect be important for a true Bruja?
No, just thinking. The powers that you apparently have would be above and beyond machines.
Well, the human brain is much like the machine, except it runs on salt, water, and fat cells. It is a biomachine, if you will.
Yeah. So we're just brains in a meat exoskeleton.
I believe I have heard a droid in a show once call it a meat suit.
Yeah. Funny that. Ever met a guy named Franz?
ST, have I met a guy named Franz?
Flat intelligence, please.
I have eidetic memory.
Good point. Good point. I stand corrected. So you've never met the guy in person, but he's one of the elders that hovered about within Enoch.
Well, the name is familiar to me, although I've never interacted with him personally.
Yeah.
He oversaw many projects.
Haven't seen him in a while either.
And how did you know him?
Through a former friend. An acquaintance, really.
Take it you've met others from my bloodline?
I believe Franz is the only person I've met from your bloodline.
Ah. We are not very common. That is unsurprising, quite frankly.
Yeah, that's what is surprising is that I've now met two.
I suppose if you had a nickel for each time, it would just be strange that you had two.
Yeah. Well, anyway, have you thought about what you want to?
To be quite frank, I don't much care what I look like. I think it should be quite opposite of what I currently look like, however.
I will conjure a mirror.
All right.
That is depicting what Aidan looks like currently.
So, Aidan, you see a mirror appear, and you see yourself reflected on it.
Kind of tilts his head this way and that as he looks into it rather dispassionately. As if he's studying another task that needs to be completed.
Well, if you're looking at something that needs to be an exact opposite, maybe a bit more round look. Softer, perhaps.
Well, as it is now, I don't really stand out much. It's possible in a crowd to blend in. So
Well, that's true. So
perhaps
let's
something where I can lose some people in a crowd still.
rule out and supermodels.
Although that would probably make hunting easier.
Well, yeah, you have to think about the pros and cons there, yeah. Well, this is your equation to solve here, I guess. So,
Abel?
I mean, can you hear me?
Yes?
Yes.
Just to point out that as you drive Aiden around town, your phone buzzes with a text message. Do you check it, or
You're asking Abel that, right?
yes?
Okay. Hey. Abel, do you check your phone when it buzzes?
All right, sorry. Yes, I do.
Okay. So opening the phone.
While I was trying to switch down.
Okay. So opening the phone, you open the message. It comes from a number you don't recognize, though at this point it's not incredibly surprising. And the message is a picture of you driving around with Aiden. You even recognize the surroundings. It's a street you passed like 15, maybe 20 minutes ago. At a stop sign. And the message says, "Be careful who you hang around. Should I look into him?" And a little heart emoji.
I just put that phone down.
All right.
Right. Where were we?
Believe
Like I said,
taking you to the Haven.
indeed. Indeed. But we were also discussing your new looks and how it is your task, a minute current task, to figure out what you wish to look like, because I don't think Jasper has the fantasy
I
to
think
make
you will
you
find me
normal.
very lacking in imagination, but I'll come up with something.
Lack of imagination is not necessarily a bad thing. You say you want to look plain? Just think of the plainest thing you know.
We'll see.
Right.
It's probably not a long drive.
Indeed, it is not. At this point, you approach the address you were given. You slow the car to a stop.
Can I
And
try and look around and make sure we weren't followed?
yes, by all means, make a perception alertness roll, please. Tactical applies. Okay.
Well,
So, as far as you can tell, you weren't followed. Though, given that you got a couple of successes, I will say that if you were followed at all, at some point, Abel's reaction to the message might give you more information than just looking around. Just looking around, you don't see anyone.
Well, what was that message that you received?
It's just somebody who won't leave me alone.
Yes, but that does not answer what the message contained.
Well, they sent me a picture of me driving with you.
I see. Do they seek to blackmail you?
No, I believe they to annoy me until I fall passionately in love with them.
Aidan raises an eyebrow slightly. Questioning the validity of such an action with just a look.
Well, you probably don't have to worry about it. But I will be informing Serena that somebody took a picture of us. And we need to figure out who that person is now more than ever, I believe.
Perhaps next time it would be more suitable for me to ride in the trunk.
Perhaps.
Until my face change.
Well, by the time that we need to ride again next time, you will have a new face, I believe.
Hopefully, but things can always happen. It is good to have contingency.
Yes. Plan B and C. Right. I think this is your place.
So it is. I'll leave you, unless you wish to come inside.
Well, yeah, sure. I'll come with you. I mean, like I said, I'm not sure Jasper will give you a humane look, but let's see.
Right. As the two of you exit the car, make your way inside the building, and enter the apartment, I would like to ask the table if anyone has any actions they would like to tend to before we close the session.
Emma, you're muted.
I will be forwarding the text message that I received.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Serena sends back like a very angry fucking face.
Doing anything right now. I am just being a good boy. I swear I am normal and can be trusted.
Slightly emotionally
But,
constipated, but normal and can be trusted. Obviously.
if you know, unless the Black Hand show up tonight, I
They
have
won't.
nothing else. Okay.
They just stuck in traffic until morning.
All right. So, as each of you tends to your business for the rest of the night, and then slinks off to their haven, we will end tonight's session. We hope you enjoyed. Remember to subscribe to both the YouTube and Twitch if you enjoyed what you saw, and if you want to catch up. And we'll see you next week in the next episode of
Bye-bye.
VtM
Yeah.
Beyond Armageddon. Bye-bye.
Yeah.